Spotlight, episode number 11. I'm your host Carlos, and today we're going to make Dad's Meatloaf in celebration of Father's Day. You can find it at 50's Primetime Cafe at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's a real easy recipe to make, only a few ingredients and a few steps. So, elbows off the table, hats off, make sure to eat all your veggies, and let's get started with the ingredients. For this recipe, you're going to need 2 pounds of ground beef, a pound of ground pork, 4 eggs, a cup of seasoned breadcrumbs, a 1/4 cup of diced green pepper, a 1/4 cup of diced red pepper, 1/2 cup of diced onion, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and salt and pepper to taste. For the meatloaf glaze, we're going to need a 1/2 cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, so our first step is going to be to mix the ground beef, the pork, the breadcrumbs, eggs, and salt and pepper in a bowl. And we'll add the 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And now you just get dirty and mix it up. Now we'll set that aside just for a minute as we prepare the vegetables. Now we'll combine the vegetables in with the meat and mix it up again further. So next we're going to grease a loaf pan and grease it well so it doesn't stick, and then we're going to move the meat mixture into the loaf pan. In the meantime, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you push it down well so it's densely compact and there's no air pockets underneath. So now that the oven's preheated to 350 degrees, we're going to transfer the loaf pan onto a baking sheet and then put that in the oven just to make sure there's no overflows and spillage. And we'll let that cook for an hour. Now while the meatloaf is cooking, it's going to take about an hour, we're just going to quickly mix up the glaze that's going to go up on top. So for the glaze, again, we're going to use half a cup of ketchup, one tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I will just mix that well. Now that the meatloaf's been in the oven an hour, we're just going to spread the glaze that we made earlier on top. You could always make some extra glaze to put on after the meatloafs come out of the oven. And while the oven's still at 350 degrees, we'll put it back in for just another 10 minutes. So after cooking for another 10 minutes, we're going to take it out and just let it sit for 10 minutes to rest. Then we'll slice and serve it, and we're going to serve it with mashed potatoes and green beans just like they do at 50's prime time. And there you have it, Dad's Meatloaf from 50's Primetime Cafe. An easy recipe anybody can make. If you want to contact us, email us at info@culinarydizlike.com. Be sure to visit our website, www.culinarydizlike.com. And don't forget, if we can cook it, so can you. Bon appetit!